are back and live, my people. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Let me adjust my camera for my YouTube people. How are y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Yes, indeed, we are back and we are live. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are back. We're here. Doing our thing on a Thursday night. Yes, indeed. Hope you had a good week. The weekend is nearly here, people. I don't know what it is. It seems that, I don't know, the weeks are just hurtling by. They're just flying by, especially as we hit daylight savings time and it gets darker quicker. It just, the days just speed up a bit. Just that little bit, especially not so much in the summer, really. Summer, it slows down a little more, but in the winter, it seems to speed up, especially when you have hit that daylight savings time, as I have said. But again, we are back and we are live here at Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. DUNTALK.com. Fall, winter line out now. That's what I meant to say. Yes, indeed. That's what I meant to say. But we are back and we are here. Yesterday we had the 3 things that women need in order to get in order to get a man these days, especially through. So again, if you want to check that out, do see about it in my Talk YouTube page. That is available. But again, it is my imperative to get some shorts out coming soon this week. We are going to do it. I'm going to set myself down. I'm going to get that thing done this weekend. I promised that before. I'm making a go of it now because it's high time I do, because I have too much good content here. But again, you can see that content on Talk Live on YouTube. And yeah, we are making inroads on new plans that will be headed up very, very soon. I can't reveal those just yet, but know that they are in the works. I spoke to my contact in that department as of today. And yeah, we're moving forward with a bit of a meeting next week, and yeah, it should be making for very exciting news coming very, very soon. But thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Saying hello to a few people who are in the audience tonight, and let's get to it. Right, city girl culture. Yeah, it seems to be it seems to be all the rage for a certain segment of people, and yeah, it's a certain lifestyle in which, women are, really act like men to a certain extent. They are allowed to sleep who they want to. They're allowed to, cheat who they want to. They're allowed to basically, get bank from who they like, and basically try to play fast and loose with their morals and with their sexual choices for a certain amount of time while they're still young and while they're still pretty. And they think while they can still trade on it for a certain period of time. But again, is it worth doing it on college and university campuses? Now, again, this is coming to, we've conducted research on this. Well, I've found people who've conducted research on this. And yeah, the news will no doubt shock you or not shock you, in case you may know the deal on this. But we're going to go through it here on Talk Live. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So let's do this. We're going to get into just a few chats. I want to make this about an hour. Not too much. Not too quick. What's happening there? Hopefully everything goes off. Reload. Okay. No, I don't think we need it. Check. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't know what the hell that was. That just seemed to be a bit... Okay. Hopefully everybody can see me now. Yep. Okay. For some reason, it was delayed there for a moment. Okay, we're good. We're good on YouTube. Okay. I was just wondering about that. Okay. We're going to move into our browser here, because I don't know what the hell happened there. But anyways, we're moving into our browser. We're going to move into the show here. And again, we're going to talk about... First of all, let's define city girl culture for everyone. Mine was a very, very loose, very, very, let me see, archetypical, very, very, how shall I say, Yeah, I would say it's not a critical look. It's not a critical definition of the term city girl culture. We're gonna get it here from Six the Goddess. Six the Goddess. Do some like subscribe to Six the Goddess. She's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets, trying to set things straight with her beauty, with her grace, and with her frank realities about female nature. And again, we're going to have her define city culture today and, where it was born out of. So we're going to get right back to the roots of it. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So let Six of God tell it like it is. Hold on. Here we go.
Okay. Let me see if I can find this video. I think I have it here. Yeah, this is it. So I'm going to show you guys the girl, and she's going to, I think this is the video where she's going to talk about it. So apparently, she was, and this is not to talk down on this sister, because really my heart goes out to this sister. Now, present day, the whole video model thing is not as popular as it used to be. 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, being a video model was like the most desired career for women. Like if you were a video girl, you were that girl. And the bigger artist that had you in the video or was flying you out, the better. Like that was the thing, okay? Now with the rise of social media, a lot of girls are able to kind of get their own buzz and their own clout through their own social media channels and things like that. But back in the day, the women depended on different men of different reputations and status to kind of bring them to the light. All right. So I'm not going to sit here and look down on this girl because she speaks about how she was homeless at one point. And, back during that time, this was the thing to do. So we're not going to look down on her, but we are going to take a look at this because present day women are sitting here promoting my body, my choice. I can do whatever I want. I don't need no man. I don't need this and that, and hey, everybody is entitled to make their own decisions. But just like, and I've talked about this before, just like men cannot sit and promote, player lifestyles to young men and having all these women to young men. And I said, it's very irresponsible for men to promote for young boys to be out here kind of having all these women and making it look so glamorous, but you're not talking about the consequences that can come with it. You're not talking about the risks that come with it. It's the same with this my body, my choice, lifestyle. It's so many women, they sit on these songs and promote to you, oh, get your money, sis, get money from this one and that one, do this and that. A lot of these women are lying, saying they're getting money out of men and they're not sleeping with them. It's a lie.
So let's start with that. A lot of this city girl culture is a lie. That's a revelation, isn't it? That's a bit of a thunderbolt from the blue, isn't it? Well, yes, it is a lie. It really is a lie. As Sister Goddess was saying there, to think that women are asked. I mean, listen, women will always have a friend zone. All right, let's go there. Women will always have a friend zone, especially when you are of a younger age. When you're at your sexual peak, you'll have men who you'll want to sleep with, men you'll want to be with on a long-term basis, and then you'll have men who suit purposes. Some will buy you dinner, some will pay your rent, some will pay your utilities, some will get your hair done, get your hair did, and and so on and so on and so on. And those are the men in the friend zone, right? So that's what city girl culture is all about. It's about women having autonomy over their body, women believing that they have a right to, literally swindle or give off the impression that they do not need any men for anything, and if so, they'll be able to swindle them out of their legal tender. Also, that women, can have multiple partners. They can have multiple streams of how should I say that? Multiple streams of satisfaction. Be it through money, be it through sex, be it through relationships, be it through literal embezzlement. But again, it is only for so long, and also, especially when they're young, and impressionable, and their frontal cortex has not been fully formed, because that usually happens at 25. So women make rash decisions at this time, which lean on the, how shall I say this, the foolhardy. Yeah. So with that in mind, the city girl culture is indeed a lie. It's a bit of a scam. As seen in this video, city girl culture is the biggest scam women have been sold. And we're going to get into some real results tonight. We're going to see if indeed, because let me say this, a woman's sexual peak in terms of women having sexual, well, they supposedly say it's 40. But in terms of what men want in terms of a woman, in terms of sexual peak, for her to have the ultimate in youth, beauty, fertility, chastity, usually happens between the ages of 19 and 25. That's where most men see women as their sexual peak. Now, again, women with their sex drive can carry that onward, but at the end of the day, that's at the risk. That's at the detriment of at-risk pregnancy. That goes from 30 onwards. So while women are within this 1925 period, those being supposedly, now a lot of it depends on if a woman stays in school or not. But when you're in college, university, you're supposed to be at your sexual peak, your educational peak, all these things forming into one. So again, women have this sort of bravado where they can go out in the world and say, "Hey, you can go out, promote yourself." Find yourself on Instagram, sell yourself to the world, see if you can get flown out from place to place, please see if you can get on yachts, use men for their money, have multiple sexual partners, and literally have a good time on somebody else's dime. So, have a good time on somebody else's dime. Have a comment here. Never in life would I ask a man to take care of my bills. Well, again, I mean, it's not a problem if you having a man taking care of your bills. There's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's being a traditional woman. That's being a tradcon woman, a traditional conservative woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Men used to do that all the time. But are you a traditional woman yourself? That's from Chanel. Are you a traditional woman yourself? That is the question. Now, if you are not such a traditional woman, so be it. This is the new world, and in which the matriarchy, women's movement, and feminism have taken over, especially in the West. So you're allowed to be what you want to be. However, it is really it can be really to your benefit to have a man be there for you, raise a family with you, and pay the majority of the bills, as long as you're a traditional woman. But again, if you're not a traditional woman, so be it. That's fine. But let's get into this a bit further.
You know what I'm saying? So they make it seem like you could just go around getting money from guys and you ain't giving up nothing. Yes, you are. Okay, like, come on, like, stop the cap. They are, and they're promoting this, and they are not in any way, shape, or form talking about the consequences. I've seen girls talking about women are not meant to be monogamous, and you need to have this and you need to have that. Well, ma'am, explain what happens with their pH balance. Okay, so you saying we meant to sleep with 5, 6 different dudes, ma'am? How do you handle that in your body? You see what I'm saying? You cannot sit and promote something to other women, and then what happens if you get knocked up? What happens if you get an STD? I don't understand it. What is the answer for that? That's the part we get real silent about.
That is the part that is not really explained with regard to city girl culture. Now, again, with men can't really have all these a player's lifestyle, because with the player's lifestyle come consequences. The consequences are it takes hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep that lifestyle up. And number two, you can end up being the case of having multiple women pregnant and being an irresponsible father, and therefore breeding a new generation of single mother homes. And a father not being there, and that in and of itself is a problem, because again, 80% of jails are filled with children from single mother homes. Remember that. But in this instance, with regards to women, it's a case of, yes, as she said, your pH balance is off. A woman, it has been said, cannot have too many sexual partners because, again, the coochie gonna stink. She can only do for so long. Her pH balance will be off. She will be, there's a stench and an odor from being a city girl. From thinking that you can act like a man and get away with it. You can't. You're a woman. There's a there's a literal difference in men and women in terms of sexual promiscuity. A man can be sexually promiscuous when necessary, if in control of his finances, and if he can, well, you know, cover himself up, carry it off to a certain extent, and it doesn't show in terms of his, you know, odor. Let's say, for women, it's totally different. I believe, now again, you may correct me on this, mention it in the comments, when a woman is with a certain amount of partners, and especially if she's been ejaculated in, then, you know, you're not supposed to be taking on certain amount of partners within, I think, a 48 to 72 hour period. Meaning that, you know, you can't go from one man to another man to another man and expect that everything to be all right down there when it's not. It literally isn't. That's the reason. That's the difference between men and women. Men do not have those sort of, you know, fastidiousness in terms of their cleanliness, in terms of their pH balance, in terms of their, well, in terms of their literal, how should I, feminine hygiene. That's the word I was trying to find. In terms of the feminine hygiene, women cannot have multiple partners in a certain amount of time because, again, it shows in terms of their body. A man is a totally different thing, but again, that is something that not only is it not nice in terms of their feminine hygiene, but also in terms of their reputation. The reputation is somewhat sullied by you trading men in and out for a certain period of time. It's the one double standard that men can hold on to. Men can have multiple partners with women if responsible now. You can't be irresponsible, but women not so much can have that because, again, the stigma is attached to you. That of being a whore. And that is part of the reason why city girl culture is not a good thing, especially in the college university years, because people can accuse you of being, a 304, a hoe, you know, a bit of fun, and you know, a good time girl, and that in and of itself is a bad reputation to have. But let's continue.
Okay, at the end of this video, we're going to talk about the real reason why the city girls are 100% down and why the whole thing was really a scam when I show y'all the last thing I have to show you here. Okay, don't sit and promote to girls to be, you know, sleeping with 6 different guys. And then you got 6 different bodily fluids and bacteria just cross-contaminated. Man, come on now, be for real.
There it is.
So let's go ahead and check this video out. Let me share my screen. Hold on, I can't see. I just got new contacts.
Let's just get this sped up a bit here, guys. Just 1 second. Let's go right there. There we go.
I like the glasses. It gives me auntie vibes. All right, so
that I feel better. The truth about why I've been in the hospital. Unfortunately, a girl contracted AIDS. And for anyone saying that a pill should take care of everything, it doesn't. I've been through hell, and I'm still going through hell. And those of you that want to know more, I may go live here in about an hour or so. So stay tuned. Hi TikTok, I'm Gina2, and I think it's about time I get it off my chest so that I feel better. The truth about why I've been in the hospital. Unfortunately, a girl contracted AIDS.
Okay. Now this ain't the video I thought it was, where it kind of went into more.
Okay. She did not say anything. It's unfortunate. We just got a comment here. Man needs to understand that you don't listen to everybody. Man needs to understand that you don't listen to everybody else. Watch for yourself. Yes, well, again. I don't know what that means. You may have to explain that a little bit further, Chanel. Thank you very much for the comment. Nonetheless, explain that. You gotta stretch that out. Explain that a little bit further. Go into that a little bit, with deeper meaning, and we'll flesh that out. But anyways, that is one of the pitfalls of city girl culture: diseases, especially sexual diseases, including the worst disease possible, that of autoimmune deficiency syndrome, or AIDS. Yes, it's still out there, ladies and gentlemen. And any sort of sexual disease, such as gonorrhea, such as herpes, such as simplex 12, all these certain diseases, and the worst of all, AIDS, is still out there. And it happens with multiple sexual partners and unsafe sex taking place. Thinking that you are invincible while you are young. No. This happened in the 80s, it happened in the 90s, it's still there, even though it is treatable, but at the end of the day, it's still a dangerous thing. Still a very, very dangerous thing. So for women, these city girls to say, these city girl groups, including the city girls, to promote a certain lifestyle in their lyrics and not give that, and be irresponsible to tell them about the reality of, contracting certain sexual diseases, especially while in the prime of their life, is irresponsible. It's simply irresponsible. And I don't think any parent would want their daughter going to college, university, and carry on such a lifestyle thinking that they're invincible. It's not. They are seriously not. No good deed goes unpunished. It's as simple as that. If you think that you're going to get away with promoting a certain lifestyle of, getting your body count up and trying to take as much money from men and promoting a certain lifestyle which ultimately costs you sexual favors, is irresponsible, to say the least. It's irresponsible. And to promote it to young, impressionable kids whose frontal cortex has yet to be formed, especially during the ages 19 to 24, is irresponsible in and of itself. But let's continue with this.
More detail. But y'all kind of get the gist of what she is talking about here. Now, this is the part we don't speak on. Now, keep in mind, so again, I can't find a video I was looking for where she talks about how the doctor let her know that since her symptoms were so advanced that she had to have had the disease for 8 to 10 years. This is why promiscuity is so terrifying, because you got to understand that. Yes, a person can have this dormant in their system for a decade and not know it. And she spoke about how she was homeless for some times, how she had been raped a few times. Tattoos, she mentioned that she got a few free tattoos, which normally means they're probably not sterilizing and using clean supplies as they should. All right. So she goes around doing her thing for 10 years. Imagine all of the people that she has slept with in that 10-year period. No children, never married. Again, I wish I could find a video, but there's a video that came out where she was coming out of a hotel with Nick Cannon. She's been linked to Chris Brown, amongst others. I'm sure the rest of the men she's been linked with will not come forward. Here go the dudes that she don't slept with before. They all like this. They ain't making no eye contact. They ain't saying a word. Every man she slept with is finna freeze like that. They all just probably staying still, playing dead right now. They all probably like, if we just stay real still, just don't look, No one will know. But I know a lot of y'all niggas sweating right now. See, it's all fun and games in the moment. I saw a video of her and she was like, yeah, I'm partying with Nick Cannon. I'm partying. Life is so great. She was living it up. It was fun at the time. Get flued out. Go with this celebrity. Go with that celebrity. Go sleep with Nick Cannon. Nick, no condom Cannon. All right. This is where it leads to. Your body as a woman, I want you guys to understand this. You don't get second and third chances. Men reproduce sperm, millions of sperm every day. They lose some, new ones come right back in. Okay, they stuff just get recycled over and over. All right, they get multiple chances. Men can wash their thing off in the sink with a little Irish Spring and a paper towel, and then they keep moving. All right, their organ is on the outside. For women, our bodies do not work that way. You are born with all the eggs that you will have your entire life. When you are born as an infant female, every egg that you shall possess forever is already in your womb. You come out the womb with eggs. They do not renew. They do not rejuvenate. It's not that you lose some and more comes back in. That is not the way it works. Okay? You don't get second chances. You cannot wash your twat off in the sink with Irish Springs and a paper towel. Your organ is internal. You cannot.
I'm gonna break that. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. You cannot wash, lady. Well, again, those of a certain standard of, I mean, most women know this stuff. I mean, this is for the guys, or for the girls who are city girls who don't know this stuff, but they should do. As she said, women do not cleanse themselves the way men do. Men can just walk into a shower up, they're out the door, we're on the road again. And as she said, sperm keeps developing in us. That's why we can have children. I mean, sperm counts may lower and but again, we have ways in which we can increase or decrease them at a time. But it's not as if men cannot stop having babies at a certain period of time. I mean, look, Al Pacino's having his at 82. And then Nicole Smith's husband had his at 90 something. Men can always have sperm and reproduce children within women. However, with women, as Sixth Goddess was saying, they have a certain amount of sperm, a certain amount of eggs that were given to them at birth. They give those away, and it's done for. And especially as they end into their 30s. But that is for another story. Today, it's about city girls, young girls, and how irresponsible they can be. I'll let her continue.
Reach inside yourself with a rag and Irish Spring and just wipe away the sins. The inside of you are talking about a warm, moist environment. Warm, dark, moist environments are the recipe for bacteria disease. Okay? So when you think for a second that you can go around getting all this raw peen, and that is not going to affect your health in some way, shape, or form, you are crazy. Your body is not it's not designed to handle skin to skin from all these different guys. This is how a lot of women end up broken and soul tied, because you don't let so much skin to skin into your body that you just have a demon It's a lot of women that just have a demon cemetery in their womb at this point. They will promote to you your body, your choice. Women enjoy S2. Women can do it too. They're not letting you know that that literally can put you in the grave as it's going to do this poor system.
She's right, you know. She's absolutely right. And, you know, ladies, again, you would be the experts at this. But again, yes, you're right. Women cannot act as promiscuous as men and get away with it. There's always, always, always a sting in the tail. To be a city girl in this day and age and think that biology has changed, you're dead wrong. You are dead wrong. Sister Gotti said it herself. You are a walking, talking petri dish. With all these things running inside of you, especially if you have multiple men. So to think that there are no repercussions for your petri dish lifestyle, let's call it, it's not even city girls, it's petri dish. For a petri dish lifestyle, you're kidding yourself, you're fooling yourself. That's the difference between men and women. And that's the reason why we don't promote, it shouldn't be promoted, a city girl lifestyle, especially to the young. Because the young, and I mean, you can go even before 18 years old. You can go 17, 16, city college girls, even the high school girls, they're doing it nowadays. To think that your sexual choices will not result in some sort of negative repercussion, you're only fooling yourself. You are not a man. There's a difference between men and women. To think that you are equal to men in that department, you are dead wrong. Chanel asked herself, can you get a girl pregnant? Yes, I can get a girl pregnant. I am one of those men who can indeed get a girl pregnant. We're talking about a serious subject here. Anyways, so, but thank you for the comment nonetheless. But again, so, it is up to a woman to keep those virtues and to keep herself. Now listen, this is the modern world. This is the Western world. Sexual experiences are there for all to see. Are there for women to partake in. However, to think that you can have 25, 30, 45, 50 men inside you, and those won't have a physical and psychological effect on you, ladies. You're kidding yourself. You are literally kidding yourself. That's why we don't advocate women. I mean, there's a certain amount of women who do, but for the most part, we don't ask most women to get into the porn industry because they don't have the mentality nor the physical capability of doing it. They don't. No, they don't want to face the scrutiny of it. But so for you to carry on a city girl lifestyle, which is basically that of a porn star, that of a corn star. It's mind-blowingly bad. Mind-blowingly bad. And you're hearing it from one of your ladies. I would not put this out there unless ladies are speaking for me. I don't want men to speak for me because again, this is not my area of expertise. But ladies, as it says here, city girl culture is the biggest scam women have been sold. It's true. It's absolutely true. Continue. Fair use.
I'm sure that this poor sister, when she was living it up and getting with this celebrity and that celebrity, I'm sure she had tons of friends rooting for her and benefiting off of the perks and doing their thing. Where are they now? This woman can barely walk. She did not know she had this until her symptoms where she had lost so much weight and couldn't even walk. Do y'all think this is a joke? I don't understand. Like, do y'all think this is not real? Let me show you something else. So y'all remember Young Miami? was trending a few weeks ago, because I guess her and one of Diddy's women had kind of got into it. All right. Diddy is a perfect example of old ass dudes that you should avoid. Okay. Old ass dudes who just go around sucking the life out of young women like a vampire. Old ass dudes that have multiple kids by multiple women and never married any of them. Red flag. Old ass dude that's hurt, baggage. I don't understand. All money ain't good money. In the city girl era, it's who cares as long as he have some money. Then you end up like this. Let me show y'all this. City girls are done. It's not even city girls are down bad. City girls are canceled. City girl lifestyle finished. It's a wrap. It's over with. So now I just spoke about how your womb is an incubator, and not only for physical bacteria and disease, but for spiritual bacteria and disease. When you sit and let men that have bad intentions dump into you, this is what we get. Here go Young Miami, one half of the city girls. I'm really having a mental breakdown right now. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Haven't slept in days, like I'm tired AF and don't feel like doing nothing today. My energy is off. I know why your energy is off, Young Miami. Because you are letting an old ass vampire with malintent, a bloodsucker, into your womb. Talk about city girls up. Talk about I don't care as long as I get the money. All right. That attitude is so prevalent today of I don't care about this as long as I get the paper. Ladies, don't. Just understand. This is what it really looks like. Now, I spoke about this before, and I said that.
Let's hold on there for a second. Let's talk about the psychological destruction that's happening in young girls in college these days. There are way more women in college nowadays who are depressed, who are in need of some sort of medication, who are in need of some sort of counseling, who are in need of some sort of issue with regards to their psychological health. We have Chanel saying, I can't agree. What can't you agree with there, Chanel? Thank you very much for the comment. But what can't you agree with? But it really is a culture that goes unspoken. The amount of psychological damage one does to themselves by having all of these men around you, not only for financial purposes but for sexual purposes. It is dead wrong. I mean, I wouldn't say it's dead wrong. I mean, you're allowed to do with it as you please, but at the end of the day, there comes a time when it does break you down. No matter what the experience is, it does break you down. It breaks you down. It breaks you down. And as you can see here, Young Miami. Now, this was done a year ago. No, I don't know what her state is right now. This interview was done about nearly a year ago. I don't know what her state is right now, Young Miami. You haven't heard from her lately, have you? From the Young Miami. And her relationship with Dee. I haven't heard anything myself. If you have, do let me know. But, and mention it in the comments below. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall winter line out now. But, guys, it really isn't a joke. Do you want to bring that to young women in college and university these days? Women who don't see the forest for the trees, who don't know the repercussions of what they are doing, while they should be trying to find a mate for life while they're in college and university. They should be. However, a lot of women feel they don't have the need, and they should be spreading themselves thin. And in spreading themselves thin, you have things like this. I'm having a real mental breakdown right now. And there are thousands of these happening every single day. Imagine how things will get. I mean, parental discretion is necessary in these instances, but things are starting to become crisis points to a certain extent. Really are. And it's time that we face up to the truth. And things like sexual experience, things like, trying to, extricate money from men, trying to use men for certain purposes, try to friend zone them, yet try to, take, basically embezzle money out of them. It's a recipe for disaster, really. It really is. It's a real recipe for disaster. Something that our daughters, especially at very, very impressionable times, need to know about.
That Black women are the masters. Black women are the masters of failing and totally breaking down inside and putting up a facade as though everything is fine and that they chose this. All right? Everybody talk about the pick-me chicks. The pick-me's be happy. The pass-me's out here having mental breakdowns. Okay? All the women that's like, I don't care about what no man want or what no man think. I just want my money. But you also over here having a mental breakdown and can't sleep. It's a lie. Black women in general are raised up to not be held accountable. Black women in general are raised up to, you're never allowed to speak on what we do wrong or mistakes that we've made. And this translates into how we handle our everyday life. Young Miami got 50 songs about, he better fluid me out. He better give me this. He better give me that. He better do this. And it looks to young girls that looks so amazing, because you got women on here talking about how being a wife is terrible. Then you see the Young Miami types and it just looks like they're living their best life. And this is the part that they don't talk to you about. Women have to play the game long term. It's very dangerous as a woman for you to be short-sighted. Do not get caught up in, oh, this is what it is right now, and that's all I'm worried about. No. As a woman, you should always move with the end in mind. People be telling me all the time, like, oh my God, why don't you model? To hell with modeling. I've been there, done that. I did modeling for a short period of time, and I quickly saw I'm not built for this. I'm not savage enough for this. I said, I will get eaten up alive in this. All right. And so many women, you should model. Why do y'all always say that? Like, that is not what you think it is. Number one, models don't make no money. If you see a model with money, it's because she used her modeling platform to promote some other business. Okay. But models, first of all, don't make no money. Second of all, modeling industry is full of a bunch of sick photographers that pick up a camera to simply have access to different women to photograph and hopefully sleep with. Modeling industry come with a lot of DRUGS. A whole lot of DRUGS, because they're on the DRUGSs to keep up, because you catching this flight here, working all day there, going to catch a red eye here, go do this. So they easily end up on that white. Okay? I've seen this happen to so many girls. Then they want to move out to LA, move out to Miami. Then you get there. Rent is $3,000 a month, because you got to come up and stay with the image. $3,000 a month. You think you moving to LA to act and to model. Now you can't pay the rent. You thought you was going to get there and you was going to make it. Now you see an ad for a model, an actor. You get there, and it's really a PORN. Okay, but your rent $3,000 and it's due in a week. They sitting there with the cash ready for you. Surprise! We know we said that this was like a movie you were shooting. The catch is it's an adult movie, but we got $3,000 for you. Then you do it. Then she feels like SHIT afterwards. Now she's self-loathing afterwards. Now she's like, I hate myself. How do I cope with this? Next month come, rent due again. Now to cope with you hating yourself because of what you're doing to your womb, now you got to get on that white girl to perform. Now you're really screwed because now you got to keep up with your white girl habit. And y'all know what I mean when I say that white girl. Don't write it in the chat and don't nobody be slow and not know what I'm talking about in this conversation.
Yeah, that's all part of the city girl lifestyle that she just brought up. They don't tell you about that. They don't tell you about the fact that a lot of these city girls, a lot of these college university girls, these good girls, can easily be lured by Instagram lifestyle and OnlyFans lifestyle into porn and eventually into drug use to cope and into alcohol abuse to cope. They don't tell you about that. They don't tell you that a lot of women aren't built for that. And as Six of Goddess said herself, she wanted no part of it. She wanted no part of that lifestyle. She got herself out of it. The same thing with the music industry. There's only a certain percentage of people who make it, and those who do make it, well, listen, they have a price to pay. We're not going to get into that, but at the end of the day, yeah, that can, needless to say, it can literally take your soul. It can. And so for a lot of people, they don't want any part of it. But that's part of city girl lifestyle. And that especially happens once one is of a young lady age, from 19 to 24. City girl lifestyle is definitely not for said culture. And I'm just going to let her, I'm going to let Six of Goddess finish up just a little bit, and then we're going to move on a little bit further, okay? Thank you very much for joining me at Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Sponsored by Dun Talk, DUNTLK. And the fall winter liner on now. Let's go.
Now you're really screwed because now you got to keep up with the rent and the white girl habits because you know that white girl is highly addictive. I thought they taught us in school. You do that white girl once, and that's usually a wrap. Most of the time you got to keep doing it. So now you got to pay $3,000 a month rent. You got to keep up with the white girl habit. Then you still got to keep up with your appearance, hair, nails, makeup. Then there's new competition coming through every day. So now the new girls come in. Now you old news. Now these girls out here like willing to open it up for whoever to stay relevant. Back in the day, every woman wanted to be a city girl. Everybody wanted to be an Instagram model. The concept of city girls is not new. This has been going on. It was Cubana Lust. It was Buffy the Body, Malaya, what's her name? Melissa Ford. These are the women that people look up to. And almost none of these women are in good positions at this point. This is how you
shout out to Melissa Ford. She's with Joe Budden podcast. Scarborough represent, but I'm just saying. Let it continue.
Sucked into this. So then, now when I speak on this, y'all tell me I'm telling black women to not deserve more, and I'm teaching scarcity mindset. And I said, as a single woman, you should always be living well below your means, well below. Why would you tell us that? So you don't want us to have anything, and you promote pick-me-ism and bare minimum and all this and that. Girl, please. If you do not keep your living expenses below your means, it will be very easy for you to get caught up like how Young Miami is now. Talk about she can't sleep, having a mental breakdown. Not saying that Young Miami doesn't have her own money, because she does. But my point is, if you live above your means on one income by yourself, understand that anything can go any way at any time. A lot of women cannot even healthily date a man because she is so stressed out trying to keep up with the penthouse and a nice car and the wigs and that you don't even have the space to get to know a man and really be compatible and connect with a man, because you worried about, is he going to pay my bills? Is he going to pay my bills? I ain't got time to deal with no man unless he paying my bills. Because you don't even have time to date and enjoy life, enjoy male companionship, because you have set yourself up in a lifestyle living way above your means, and now you can't even focus.
Well said there by Six to Goddess. Absolutely brilliantly said. It is a unhealthy spiral that a lot of these city girls get into, and it usually and as they say, it starts in college. Once they get that sort of independence and freedom, they think that men should be paying for their lifestyle. They should be paying for their upkeep, for their living. But all that comes with a cost, if that is indeed the case. A debt has to be repaid. Not a lot of women understand that. They think they can get through unscathed by, their feminine wiles and what they have down there. The fact of the matter is, it is ubiquitous. It is everywhere. And all women must realize that a price has to be paid for your choices and decisions. And no doubt that city girl culture is a road to nowhere. It is a literal road to nowhere. If you think if you're the smartest person in the room at a college age, just because you have youth, beauty, fertility, and chastity on your side for the moment, but it won't be for long, you're lying to yourself. You're literally lying to yourself. And again, it goes to show the breakdown of the family unit could easily lead a person into said culture. Once you were a have-not, you want to be a have, you'll easily adhere to such a lifestyle. But it leads to nowhere. I'm going to let Six of Goddess go a few more minutes, and then we're going to get to another example here. Just a second. Oops, just a sec. There you go.
Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Okay, let's just leave it there. Absolutely. So, okay, great. So we've got off that. So we're gonna move on. Thank you very much to Six of Goddess, and she laid it out to us straight. I mean, there are no winners in this predicament. There are no winners, indeed. Now we're gonna move on to, yes, indeed, we need to talk, and a very, very revealing conversation he had with this young lady here who is of college age. She's 24 herself. She could consider herself a city girl. And again, she is She's just going to let us know of what she does for a living, how she maintains her lifestyle, and if it is something that women should aspire to, and if they have been forewarned and forearmed. Let's continue with this. Shout out to We Need to Talk. Great content on there. Does a lot of things in reference of Kevin Samuels, a lot of conversations that need to be had, and also test the limits of intersexual dynamics. Like and subscribe to him, and yeah, let's get his numbers up. I truly appreciate his content. Fair use. This is done a few months back, but I'm gonna let my girl, talk her stuff, and we'll get there. Hold on, just 1 second. All right, thank you very much for joining me. Talk Live. Let's go.
Make sugar tits.
Jiggly moves, mix sugar tits.
Let's start there, Miss Jiggly. What inspired that name, Jiggly Moves, Make Sugar Tits? Where did that come from? Because when I got the DM, I was like, okay, this must be one of those porn site ads.
Wow.
Click here for 20 nudes of me doing stuff. So where did it come from?
Wait, hold on. Hot chicks want to bang you.
Yeah. I get so.
Literally, all it was I saw this meme on the internet where this guy was on this mailing list, and he just made that his wife's name so that her mail would come back with that name on it. And I was like, this is hilarious. And so the childish in me was like, And it was around the time where I wanted to make an Instagram too. And I was like, well, make a username. Not my government.
Yeah.
So let me just use this joke. And, I made it. And then I realized you couldn't change it. So, yeah.
You can?
I don't think you can. Can you?
I know, like, TikTok, you have to wait a couple of, like, you can only change it once every couple of weeks or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe Instagram is different.
I'm just not big on social media, so I don't really know, like, what usernames you can change and can't. But I know that I don't think you can change the Instagram one, though. So
She's up a little bit.
I always get embarrassed when guys ask me for my Instagram because it's like, I know I have to type that in.
Yeah.
But usually they just have the reaction you have. They just laugh, and it's like, I give them that whole story, and it's like, I have to let them know, no, it's not OnlyFans name. Like, it's just a joke, and I'm childish. Like,
you could do like a OnlyFans / comedy career.
Right.
Jiggly Moves, Make Sugar Tits. Come in for laughs and boobs.
Jiggly for short. Just call me Jiggly.
Jiggly. So, okay, Miss Jiggly. Miss Make Sugar Tits. What we were talking about yesterday with you asked me, would men be put off by my Instagram presence or how I present myself on Instagram? Let's have that conversation. How do you feel about how you present yourself on Instagram, and what kind of reaction do you expect from men?
I feel like guys instantly think OnlyFans when they see my Instagram username, which is understandable. But then when they see the pictures or some of the pictures accompanied with that, it's kind of hard for me to gauge because, like, we had the conversation yesterday as well. I just recently got some work done on my body, right? And I don't think I showed you any pictures of how I used to look before then, but I used to be overweight, and I'm talking about just straight legs running up back, just no butt, just straight cardboard, just pancakes back there, So when I got my body done, it just opened up like this newfound confidence for me. And so, like, I would never wear nothing like this, before I did what I did. So it's just kind of hard. Like, it's difficult for me to gauge what is, I guess, quote unquote, appropriate and what's kind of like pushing the line. Like, I don't want guys to think I'm a stripper or anything, but I don't know. I guess it depends on perception because I don't feel like I have anything on my Instagram that says she, is an OnlyFans girl.
It's for the streets.
So yes, Is she for the streets? I would think so, because OnlyFans, that's the only thing OnlyFans really does mean. But again, we're going to get back to this. We are going to continue this into the second hour, and we will continue with the story of Miss Sugar Tits. Come right back. Yes, we're still live here on Talk Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me at Talk Talk Live. We are back. We are live here on Talk Talk Live, live on Instagram and on YouTube. We are still continuing the conversation with Miss oh my God, Miss Big Sugar Tits, and she was just telling us again. She is of college age. She's 24 herself, and she's telling us of her I would think it's her boob and butt augmentation. I could be wrong. However, it was done through OnlyFans. It was done through her OnlyFans. Yeah, her OnlyFans content, and through her OnlyFans, monies. Yes, that she procured from said acts on the platform. So again, you're finding a lot of ladies using fast money to try to cover up for certain deficiencies in their body type, in their body shape. And again, this is all part of being a city girl, getting that money and using it towards gaining an advantage on certain females, and also gaining more attention from certain men. Now, again, that could lead to your reputation being sullied for life. However, none of these ladies don't really care about that. But let us continue with her story.
No, I don't think that's what my Instagram conveys. I think it just conveys confident, beautiful young woman who is, happy about, very body positive and confident in how she looks. And that's something that I cherish. Like, that's something that's important to me, because I didn't always have that, So it's just difficult. Like, I feel like people that naturally are voluptuous don't care about it. So they might cover up a little bit more, but I never had it. So I like to show it off a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, we had the conversation, I guess. I don't know. I just think when I get older, when I'm starting to push 30 maybe, and I want to do a little bit of rebranding, that's when I might just go ahead and make that other page and just use that government name. Yeah, sure. But for now, like, I feel like I just want to enjoy Jiggly. Like, I just want to be Jiggly for a minute. Can I just get 2 years and just show it off?
Here's the thing about that. You can enjoy Jiggly all you want, and you can enjoy the city girl lifestyle all you want. But at the end of the day, the internet is forever. As I was doing some research on another project, another show today, and the internet is forever, especially for OnlyFans girls. And this sort of content will never leave you, will always haunt you. And the fact of the matter is, you being city girl in college and university, making these sort of decisions will jeopardize the rest of your life. It will. It won't allow you to find the man you really, truly want. It'll allow you, it's not to say they will forbid you from marriage, but again, it is a severe handicap towards that, because no man wants to be affiliated with a girl who is from OnlyFans, unless that man came from said adult entertainment industry, who really doesn't give a damn. So it's sort of like a Leonard the Plug / Adam 22 sort of environment. Sort of love story. I don't think any parent want their child to, enhance their looks through that way. But it's happening every single day. Now, I don't know if she's coming from a certain familial structure, but if there's one who had, if she is one who came from a 2-parent household, guarantee she wouldn't get into this. Guarantee most of those kids would, for the most part. It's not as if it's out of the question, out of the ordinary, but for the most part, we can truly say that a woman would not get into OnlyFans if said structure and guidance was already there from the start. So we can only assume that this lady has didn't have certain opportunities that were available to her, and I think she'll allude to that going into this conversation. Let's continue.
Okay, so when you reached out, you talked about wanting to add a more modern woman / young woman perspective to the conversation, and you're relatively young. So, what do you mean by that? Number one, and what are you curious about as it relates to your perspective on this?
So technically, I'm Gen Z, right? Born in 1998, and I think there's some disparities between like my generation, millennials, Gen X, and so far and beyond with how we look at relationships. And I think it's just as the line has trickled down, I just think it's gotten worse and worse. And like we were talking about, my generation is just kind of like wow when it comes to the whole relationship dynamic and the whole I don't need a man or I don't need a woman. So like we got it bad. Like we on that heavy, you know. Yeah. And I would say it's more so coming from the women's side, like the young women. You know, I'm in college, so I'm around like a lot of young girls. I'm around girls that's my age, 24, and even younger, 23, 22, 21, 20. And like we all pretty much, it's all just the same thing. And I don't know if it's being pushed on us, quote unquote, or it's just the whole, we never saw what we should aspire to. We never saw those relationships. And so many of us come from less than desirable circumstances.
Right.
And I think it's detrimental, not only for future generations, but for us in the future. Because there's a very big possibility that we're going to be some sad old cat ladies. Like, it's fun now because, you know, we fine now. Like, we attractive now. We, you know, beat the phase, go to the club, guys buying drinks, chasing us down the street. Like, that whole pretty privilege thing, like, it's great now, but it can only last for so long.
She's absolutely right. It can only last for so long. A city girl lifestyle can only last for so long. And again, city girl culture really starts from homes that are broken. They're broken. That's why you have this sort of, you get involved with transactional relationships. You get women who don't see for the future, they only see for the now. They haven't been properly trained to carry themselves in a certain respectable, honorable, distinctive way. These are not women of distinction, let me say that. They let their sexual prowess speak before they do. And that is a huge problem. Especially for Gen Z environment. Now again, I shudder to think if I was in a household in which there was a niece here. I live in a household in which I have my nephews, thank goodness. But again, they have a father. Luckily, they have myself, a father figure who can show them how to be a man 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And they have that positive male reinforcement. For ladies who do not have that father in the house, there is not that discipline, there is not that sound foundation for a lot of these ladies who go out in public to have respect for themselves and for their sexuality. And that could be a problem, whereby ladies become a lot more transactional in terms of their viewpoint. And that makes them more susceptible to get into this city girl lifestyle. Let's continue. Because now I notice the time and I realize, I got to speed this up. So let's go.
And I don't think I don't think everybody thinks about the fact that it can only last for so long because a lot of young people don't think about the future. They don't think about their life as far as where they want to be in 10, 20, 30 years. And it's bad. Like, it's bad. It's so bad. Like, I don't want to talk bad about my friends because I love them to death, but like some of the music that we listen to, like all the rappers, all the female rappers, it's all the same message. You know, use a man for his money. Cheat, do what you want to do, stay in the streets, go out, party. Like it's just a lot about just being selfish and being self-centered and less about what you can give and what you can build and what you can do for your community. It's more about self-serving and what you can do for you.
Yeah. So
that is an issue in and of itself, people. That last comment is golden. You hear it in the music. You hear it from such girls as City Girls. You hear it from such girls as Cardi B. Hear it from Meg Thee Stallion. Hear it from Ice Spice. Hear it from a lot of these ladies, musical artists who are out there. And realize that these girls are peddling you down a road to nowhere. Especially the young, the impetuous, the impressionable ladies out there. It's clear that this woman has some sort of sense, some sort of intelligence about her, but she's easily led because the frontal cortex is not fully formed yet, so she's very susceptible to influence, to simple misleadership. Bad leadership, to be fair. That's going on in pop culture. And I'll tell you something. It's killing a generation because there aren't those family structures that can literally sit these women down and say, you know, that's not true. You know, this is not true. You know, that's not true. And you shouldn't be listening to these certain things. You shouldn't be using men the way they are. You shouldn't be promiscuous as you have been. Because I'm going to show you the repercussions in a bit. But this next comment is really, really, really telling. Listen to it, and I'll break it down to you in a bit. Hold on.
Do you think it's, because this is a question I get a lot. A certain group of people believe they don't know any better. A certain group of people believe they know better, they just don't care. Which one do you think it is? Do you think y'all don't know any better, or y'all know better, you just don't care?
We know better and we just don't care.
Ooh. Explain.
We know better.
That is telling. That is stunning. That is shocking. That even without positive reinforcement, better guidance, a solid family structure, good parents, these girls will do the worst anyway. And they won't care. Because all they're living for is the here and now. They don't see the future. For a lot of these girls, they don't see the future. And I'm going to bring you stats to show you how much they disregard it. The future, that is. It's a sad state of affairs that these ladies, these city girls with OnlyFans, with loose morals who don't see the forest for the trees, end up in harmful situations that can ruin their lives. Literally, just out of the womb. Just out on their own. Being misled by terrible pop culture. And I mean terrible. I'll let her finish up.
Well, maybe I should say it's kind of a mixture of both, because some really don't. Some really are ignorant. Some people come from a long line of city girlhood, and so they don't know what's out there. Like, you just don't know what you don't know. So
what she says there is absolutely poignant in that City Girls is just not something that happened within recent memory. This has been going on for years. I think Six the Goddess alluded to that as well. This is something that's been going on for years. City girl lifestyle, especially with young women of the Asian majority. Even in college and university years, they're very impressionable still. And that sort of lifestyle has not just been there for the Gen Z generation. It's been there with the millennials. It's been there with Gen X. It's been there with the baby boomer generation. It's been there since the women's movement, since Roe v. Wade, since the advent of the birth control. Since women can control the reproductive process. It's been there all along. So it's not anything new. But the thing about it is they're willfully ignorant to it. And now we're finding out, just like there are consequences for men for being players, there are consequences for ladies being city girls. And you saw one of them right there with that lady who has AIDS now. And she slept. You find it with the likes of Brittany Renner. You find it with Amber Rose. You find it with Karine Steffens. You find it with, nowadays, Lori Harvey. Although she's not there to feel the full repercussions of her actions, but she soon will if she's not very careful. She's heading down this road. I'll let her finish up.
But a lot of us, as we get older, we start to see our friends get married and they start to see what their life is about. I mean, I don't know, it's difficult. I feel like girls more so my age know better. But coming into like the late teens to about 21, you don't. I don't know. That's a difficult question.
You don't seem to care. I'll finish it for you, though. I'll finish it for you. McSugar Tits, I'll finish it for you. You don't care, as you've already said. You come into your late teens, early 20s, you're getting your independence, and you don't see the forest for the trees. You just don't care. The front cortex, the frontal lobe cortex of your brain do not see things long term. They only see the here and now, and that's a problem. And it results in this way. Thank you very much to We Need to Talk. Like, subscribe, comment to him. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Finally, let's get to this. I have to thank my man, Media Man, here. We're going to get to the repercussions of city girl lifestyle, of women who have taken this forward during the time when they need to be finding men to get with for life. Instead of engaging in hot girl summer / promiscuity / friends with benefits / friend zone sort of relationships. Let's get at it. And we're finishing up.
So that's why when black men go to college, they graduate at a higher rate. And also, they leave with the highest amount.
No, before Media Man continues. Yeah, a lot of men realize that they have to fit the bill, so they have to get serious about college. Even though women have said that they graduate college more, but if you're on a city girl lifestyle, who's graduating? Who is? Who's graduating? Continue.
Of debt.
I'll stop it right here. Women graduate almost $22,000 in student debt compared to $18,800 owed by men. Black women graduate with an average of $37,558 of student debt. Do not think to yourself that that money is all dedicated to books, not all dedicated to tutors, and dedicated to educational pursuits. Believe me, city girl lifestyle is all in that money. I would say 3/4 of it. In concerts, in nights out, in travel, in all these different things, and living for today. Men realize we have to pay that back. Women realize, oh, my man will pay that back. But if there's no man, guess who's holding that debt? This is city girl lifestyle personified for the average woman. You're looking at it. You're absolutely looking at it. All that student debt and for what? To keep up appearances? Come on. Let's continue. Stop there. Right quick, let me get this back here. Cumulative debt on women's undergraduate loans, including principal and interest, 1 year after graduation by race and ethnicity. Who's leading the pack? Now, again, every woman's pretty much having a good time in college. We know that. But look who's leading the pack. Our sisters, 19 and 24. Let's go.
And once again, they leave with the highest amount of children when they go to college at 40%.
Go back again. Student parents are more likely. Student parents are more likely than students without children to be looking for student loans. I believe 46% of students without All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring this back just that little bit before they got cut off here. Yeah, let me see here. Okay, there we go. Student parents are more likely than students without children to be students of color. 51% of compared to 46% of students without children. Look across racial ethnic backgrounds. Black college students are the most likely to be parents, 33%, and black women, 2 in 5 of whom are mothers, are more likely than women from other backgrounds to be raising children while in college. City girl lifestyle at work. Living for today at work. This is nothing new. It's just a different name. But this is something that goes unspoken for the most part. But young ladies who think they can shag everything that moves don't realize that the ultimate purpose for sex is procreation. To think that city girl lifestyle can bring you here is an absolute certainty. Absolutely. And it's stunning. Student parents are more likely than students without children to be students of color. Black college students are more likely to be parents, 33%. Black women, 2 in 5 who are mothers are more likely than women from other backgrounds to be raising children while in college. There are repercussions for being a city girl. I told you I bring you facts, data, and statistics. I ain't lying. You can have your fun, but realize there's a debt to be paid. Stop here. Over a quarter of all women 2 in 5 black women in college and arts are mothers. 2 in 5 black women who are in college are mothers. 2 in 5 black women who are in college are mothers. Do you believe me now? Do you get it? Do you understand it? This is city girl lifestyle here, guys. This is the stuff they don't tell you about. Two in 5 black women in college are mothers. More than likely from broken homes. More than likely susceptible to sexual disease. And all of the negative aspects thereafter.
So, if you're going to continue using this argument of black women have more degrees, okay, fine. Don't forget to say that black women have the most debt from college and they have the most children when they go to college. Does that level the playing field? Black women?
Oh yeah, my man was pissed off that day. Anyways, let's get back to it. I'm a close up shop now because daddy gotta run. So let's just sum this up this way. Let's face facts, ladies. Let's face absolute critical facts. Being a city girl is a road to nowhere. It is a slippery slope. It takes a psychological, physical, educational, familial life toll on you. It does. You must be prudent with your chastity and fertility. You must be prudent in terms of your decision making about men. You must seek out real male leadership in certain capacities to help guide your way. There must be some sort of male structure within there, but even if there isn't, you've got to be careful out there, ladies. Especially to the young among us. Or else you'll be a statistic too. City girls. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. I got to run right now. I have an errand to fulfill before the night is through, so let me get to it. Shout out to my man King Onan in Dallas, sir. Hope all is well there. And I know it's still hot. Anyways, I hope you don't run into a city girl yourself. But anyways. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We'll be back next week with more shows. Working on some work. And also to King Onan, yes, I met my man. And we're meeting next week. We're trying to get some things laid down. So just to let you know. Yes, indeed. Letting you know, we're meeting next week. You and your contact there. So I'm not going to go into the plans, but you know the plans. You know the deal. Just, keep it under your hat. Anyways, thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We will see you guys next week. And if you talk, walk the walk. I got a phone call too. Unbelievable. All right. Thanks very much for joining me on Talk Live. And I will see you soon. Good night from Toronto. And thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. We're here on YouTube. Back next week, and appreciate you being here with me. And we'll get this up right away, and hope we'll have a good week.